So we were spot on yesterday. We did not give Netherlands semblance of a chance, and that's exactly what happened. भाई उन्होंने कहा कि यार ये तो 400 रन है, क्या बनाएंगे, चलो जल्दी जल्दी खाना घर पैक सामान पैक करके घर चलते हैं, खाना वाना खाएंगे. So that's the way the game panned out. It was a thrashing of, it was a huge thrashing of monumental proportions, you know. बहुत बुरी तरह से हुआ है, जिस तरह से मैक्सवेल ने उनको मारा है ना. मैक्सवेल तो वैसे ही उनकी बैटिंग, तो मैक्सवेल को आजकल बैटिंग होती नहीं है, उनकी फ्रैक्चर वगैरह हो गया था, उसके बाद मेकिंग अ कमबैक, इतना अच्छा खेल रहे हैं, उसके बावजूद उन्होंने नेदरलैंड्स बहुत बेभाव से मारा है. तो सच बताऊं तो उस गेम के बारे में क्या ही बात करें. उस गेम के बारे में बात करना सूरज को दिया दिखाने के बराबर है. कुछ भी नहीं था. हमने बोला था भाई कोई चांस है नहीं, चांस नहीं था. पिटाई बहुत हुई नेदरलैंड्स की, और ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने बड़े ही आराम से प्यार से पुचकार करके वो गेम को जीत लिया. अब हाँ, नेदरलैंड्स का तो जो हुआ सो हुआ. इट वाज अ वेरी 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 गुड गेम फॉर ऑस्ट्रेलिया. thoroughly convincing performance. उनके लिए गेम a major boost in their confidence लाएगी. मैक्सवेल ने भी रन बना दिए, स्टीवन स्मिथ ने भी थोड़े रन बना दिए. तो आई थिंक उनके लिए काफी इंपॉर्टेंट गेम थी. चलो खैर, कल जो हुआ सो हुआ. अब आगे की बात करते हैं. Let's talk about today. England versus Sri Lanka. अब England versus Sri Lanka दोनों टीम्स ऐसी हैं. They did not so far they are not having good time in this tournament. They are losing. You know, most of the games they are losing. They are losing against good sides. They're winning against not so good sides. So let's talk about this game. Sandeep, what's your take?
England, Sri Lanka should be exciting game to watch. But having said that, at this stage, I don't think any of these teams have the capability to reach semi-finals. But let us talk about Sri Lanka first. What they have been doing better in this tournament. Even their tournament has been quite ordinary. We hear that Angelo Mathews is back in the squad as a replacement. Which
sorry, I can't control my laugh. Angelo Mathews is like, you know, there's a कहावत in Hindi और English भी maybe है कि हर एक बिल्ली की ना 7 जिंदगियां होती हैं. Cat has 7 lives.
Yeah, he's reliving.
एंजेलो मैथ्यूज वो बिल्ली है जिसकी इनफाइनाइट लाइफ है. वो बार बार एंजेलो मैथ्यूज को वापस ले आते हैं एज अ सेवियर, और वो कभी उनको सेव नहीं करते हैं, डुबा के चले जाते हैं. दैट्स ऑल आई वांटेड टू से. यू कैन कंटिन्यू.
You never know. He might win a game for Sri Lanka, or he might take them to the semis. I mean, it doesn't look like a possibility though, but he might win a couple of he might win a couple of games.
Your sense of humor is really good, I must say that. So continue.
Yeah, but let us just say perhaps Angelo Mathews is capable of winning a couple of games for Sri Lanka, though Sri Lanka does not stand a chance to reach semi-finals. But to me, Sri Lanka, there are only one or two players. Kusal Mendes is the only player to watch out for in the Sri Lankan squad or in the 11 who has been playing well. To me, I think if Kusal Mendes plays well, Sri Lanka might have a good chance, and especially if they bat first. This is not a Ranatunga 11 where they are very good chasers, no matter what the score is. But now I think Sri Lanka has been trying to find their feet for the last 10 plus years, ever since Sangakkara and then Jayawardene retired. This Sri Lankan teams, I think this team needs a lot of courage, a lot of determination going forward to make sure that they reach either semi-finals or finals or perform well in ICC tournaments. I don't see that happening, but I wish them all the best. Kusal Mendes is the player to watch out for. And then England, on the other hand, looks much better as compared to the Sri Lankan 11. I think players such as Johnny Bairstow, Harry Brook, Josh Butler, Moeen Ali, Sam Curran, depending on whom they play, and of course Ben Stokes. So these are the players who can make a greater impact. And it looks like it's going to be England all the way at Bengaluru today. And even the wicket should support the style of cricket that England plays. That's going to be a huge factor. So I think it's going to be England all the way. I don't really see Sri Lanka having any chance of winning today's game. So I'm going to call it 90-10. England. Sachin, your take.
Well, I agree with you. I think the only chance Sri Lanka has is to bat first, and the only person who can take them across the finishing line is Kusal Mendes because he is in form of his life. And not only he's scoring runs, he's scoring them at a brisk rate, which makes a lot of difference on such Pata wickets. Or Chinna Swami ki wicket is absolutely Pata wicket. And Pata wicket सूट करती है इंग्लैंड को. इंडिया में या तो आपको पाटा विकेट मिलेगी या फिर स्पिनिंग ट्रैक मिलेगा. इंग्लैंड श्रीलंका का एक ही चांस है टूर्नामेंट में मैचेस जीतने का, वो है इफ दे गेट अ स्पिनिंग ट्रैक, the way they were getting spinning tracks in Asia Cup. But that was Sri Lanka, this is India. There's a difference. यहाँ पे स्पिनिंग ट्रैक्स नहीं मिलेंगे, बहुत कम मिलेंगे, few and far between मिलेंगे. तो श्रीलंका का चांस नहीं. As I said, Kusal Mendes bat first. Kusal Mendes scores a big century. That's the only chance they've got. Otherwise, no chance. अगर इंग्लैंड ने पहले बैटिंग कर ली, तो they are going to make merry. मेरे ख्याल
But
से वो बना
Sachin,
देंगे 3.
hang on. Do you think even if Kushal Mendes scores a blazing 100 or even a double 100 if at all he scores, do you think the Sri Lankan bowling has the capability to restrict England below 300 or 320 or in case if Sri Lanka scores 350, for example? Do you think Sri
No,
Lankan
no.
bowling?
Why? You're right. You're right. Sri Lankan bowling is not so great, but England batting is also not so great. While chasing, especially. You know why I'm saying this is Dilshan Madushka, right? Am I right? This is
Correct.
his name is Madushka because I get confused between Madushanka, Madushka. They're left
Madhushankar.
arm seamers. Dilshan Madushanka. So Johnny Bairstow is weak against left arm spinners, and Madushanka is bowling really well. He can get the ball to come in. So if Madhushanka can get a few out initially, then I think the only person who has the capability to score big in English side is Jose Butler. And Jose Butler comes it around, he
Five.
comes around three down, three down.
Yeah.
So by the time he comes in while chasing, the game is almost over. So Sri Lanka can make, if they have the capability to make inroads, especially in Dilshan Madhushanka, left arm seamer. So Sri Lanka has, obviously, if it's a Thikshana also comes into play if they're chasing a huge
Yeah.
score. Because Thikshana has a bit of mystery against England, especially. Not against teams like India who have played in the IPL, but against England, Thikshana's mystery also comes into play. So Sri Lanka can cause an upset if they bat first and score big, in my view. Barring that, there's no chance. They're bowling otherwise Madhushanka and Twin. If they're batting first, then Thikshana comes into play. Otherwise, they do not have the bowling. Their batting is miserable. Apart from Kusal Mendes, nobody scoring runs, and they have brought back their old savior Angelo Matthews, who is going to do nothing, and who is going to just come in, bat 50 balls, score 25 runs, and go home. So that's the script of Angelo Matthews. Hardly makes a difference. I don't think England. By no stretch of imagination, I'm saying England is a good side, but it's a match between two weaker oppositions. One is slightly better placed, which is England, than other, which is Sri Lanka. So I think it's a battle of two table, two teams languishing at the bottom of the table. So let's see who comes out trumped. I think it will be England. My percentage would be 95 England, 5% Sri Lanka. Let's see how it goes. देखते हैं क्या करते हैं श्रीलंका वाले.
But tell me what, isn't this surprising that we are calling world champions as a weaker side, not so great side? England are looking so insipid, certainly, because what, even before the start of the tournament, many of us predicted that England would reach semi-finals or even finals. In fact, many people were saying that it's gonna be India and England in the final. Okay, but look at the way they played.
You're right, but honestly, it was more on reputation. All of us, I think, we never paid any heed which players they are bringing in. Honestly, I didn't see. which players they are bringing in. After the first match, I realized that the bowling attack they have is pathetic. You can't win in India with Mark Woods,
Mark Wood.
but Adil Rasheeds, Sam Currans, Chris Woods is a pathetic bowler in these conditions.
Absolutely,
You
yeah.
can't talk him all day because he's not going to get swing. He
Swing,
doesn't
yeah.
have pace either. Mark Wood's line length is generally short, and you're going to get tongued around in India. Mark Wood, although he bowls at pace, he doesn't have a good Yorker. He's not one of those, Shoaib Akhtars or Brett Lee who bowls full. His line his length is mostly short. That's the way he gets people out. But that's not going to work in India. You're going to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
thrashed around. They do not have the bowling. Even today, when we talk about England, when we are saying that England might win, तो हम ये कह रहे हैं कि भाई बैटिंग पहले करेंगे तो जीत सकते हैं. Because they have the batting is the strongest suit that they have. The bowling is weak. Sri Lanka, when we are giving a chance to Sri Lanka, we are giving a chance to Sri Lanka when they are batting first. That means we do not have confidence on England's bowling. So it's as simple as that.
True, completely in agreement with you. Even their batting hasn't been firing, honestly. They lost against Afghanistan, they lost to Minnows. They are looking extremely weak.
Nobody's fighting apart from, I think, time and again I say this, the only player you can look upon is Jose Butler.
Butler, yeah.
That's it.
Sure. So I completely agree with you, and then we would meet again soon for an exciting match tomorrow. So, but for now, we are calling it England, Sri Lanka, 90 England. And then Sachin is calling 95-5 England. Okay, but it doesn't make a difference.
Yes.
Thank you very much. See you soon. Yeah.
See you guys.